Hello, good morning, and welcome. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning, and welcome to all our viewers. We are back with the first match of the day in the One Champion Plate Season 31. Phantom Troops taking on SKP Legends. Coin toss fell in favor of Legends, and they have opted to bat first. 28 for 1 after 2.3. Well, that's drifted down the leg. White ball signal by the umpire. Score moves to 23. Shreyas Iyer 16 of 8 deliveries, whereas Jaipal Reddy on the non-striker 8 of 3 for Jaipal. Full ball and it's straight in the hands of the point fielder. That was very full. Batter had no chance to get underneath. Slices it straight to the point fielder who takes it beautifully. Second one down for Legends in the third over. Chaitanya the man at the point takes it. SKP Legends after 2.4, 29 for 2. New batter in is Bhanu Reddy in at number 4 for SKP Legends. 464 matches for Bhanu Reddy, 11,052 runs, averaging 34.97. Strike rate 112 for Bhanu Reddy. He's a right hand bat in at number 4. Sai Krishna strikes for the second time in the match. 1.4 overs, 19 for 2 for SKP Legend so far. Once again, he goes very full, just inside the wide line. That's beautifully kept out by the batter. Bhanu Reddy just works it away in the mid-off region for a single and gets himself off the mark. Score moves to 30. Well, it was a very full delivery, very close to that off stump. Shreyas Iyer on the drive gets beaten, completely placed down the wrong line. It's an expensive wicket over, 15 runs and a wicket coming off that over. After three, SKP Legends, 30 for 2. Viraj to continue. Starts off with a good delivery. Wrapping on the pads. Fielders inside the circle looked very interested but no support whatsoever with the wicketkeeper. By the wicketkeeper and the bowler. Ball running in the third man region. It's a single leg by. 31 for 2. Legends after 3.1. Well, that was a flashing shot. Shreyas Iyer looking to go over extra cover but completely missing the ball. Playing down the wrong line. It's a dot ball. Well, that's a beautiful looking shot for a boundary. In the mid wicket region, Shreyas Iyer moves to 20 of just 11 deliveries. SKP Legends 35 for 2 after 3.3. Viraj goes very full on that occasion. Shreyas Iyer looking for that expensive cover drive, looking to go inside out, trying to clear the infield. Was a second late on the shot. That ball going very quickly to the wicketkeeper. Viraj is very quick through the air. He likes to ball quick. Every now and then goes full, but his stock delivery is balling into the surface. This time it's a wide delivery way outside off stump. 1.4 overs, 15 for none for Virat so far. Well, he goes full on the pads. Huge appeal for leg before, but denied by the match official. That ball was clearly drifting down the leg. This is good from Viraj. He's mixing his lengths beautifully here, not allowing the batter to line him up. He's got an excellent deceptive slow one as well, but he's gone pace on up until now as it's a relatively new ball. Last ball of the over. Well, as I said, he's gone pace on. He comes up with a slow one, and that's been defended on the front foot by the batter. Excellent over there from Virat after being taken off for a boundary at the third ball. He only concedes 6 overall in the over. After 4, SKP Legends 36 for 2. Sai Krishna to continue into his third over. An extra over for Sai Krishna as he's picked couple of wickets in the very 2 overs 20 for 2 so far for Sai Krishna. He's been pick of the bowler so far. Left armer coming around the wicket, but this time starts off with a wide delivery. That's been his success mantra. Sai Krishna staying away from the hitting arc, bowling just inside the wide line on the off stump. Well, once again, it's a length delivery. Bhanu feeling for the ball, going for the drive. It was drawn forward by the bowler. Hint of away movement there for Sai Krishna, hence beats the batter. This is good signs for the fast bowler that will encourage them to pitch the ball further up. Well. It's a repeat telecast of the previous delivery, but this time match official says it's a wide, outside the wide line. It's a low full toss and it's an handsome looking drive, but only for a single. Phantom troops have got protection in the deep extra cover. Well. Short third, gully, point, and cover point, and mid off are the fielders inside the circle on the offside, whereas deep extra cover and deep mid wicket are the two fielders outside the circle. Shreyas Iyer trying to give it a heave. Length was not there for him to work with on that occasion. This is excellent from Sai Krishna, dragging his length back for Shreyas Iyer, not allowing him to get underneath the ball. Bit of moisture there in the surface. Ball's not coming on to the bat that quickly after pitching. Well, it was full. Once again, Iyer down on his knee, trying to go over extra cover. They have a fielder there deep, but still Iyer going for that shot, missing the ball altogether. Well, as I was saying, both the bowlers mixing their lengths beautifully here. They are not bowling one channel. Every now and then they are going into the surface. At the same time, prefers to bowl full. Well, that ball had an extra bounce. Iyer giving the ball a charge, getting the dancing shoes on. One step down the track, trying to loft him over the mid of fielder. But it's the bounce that beats him. Change of a field. Now mid on drops to long on and extra cover is in. Well, that was very full delivery. Iyer once again trying to play a lofted shot, get speed in. This has been an excellent over from Sai. Only three coming of it after five. SKP Legends 39 for the loss of two. Now Viraj to ball his third over. This is the second bowler used so far in this match. Captain giving them long spells of 3 overs. 2 overs, 15 for none so far for Viraj. His ball quicked. He's yet to get off the mark in the wicket column. Well, a good length delivery which is played beautifully on the back foot but straight to the point fielder who collects the ball. It's a dot ball to start off the over. Banu Reddy playing very cautiously, not taking too many risks up until now. He's 2 of 5. Well, third man and sweeper cover are the two fielders out on the boundary for Viraj. Well, that was toe end of the bat. Ball keeping low and skidding through very quickly the surface. Well, it's not easiest of conditions to bat on. SKP Legends winning the toss, still opting to bat first on a very challenging conditions. They feel they have got a good chance to put a big total. They usually likes to bat first and put big total on the board, then defend it. They have started off powerfully, but good little comeback by Phantom Troops. Once again, a batter swings through and misses the ball completely. Shape away there for Viraj. That ball, after pitching, shaped away from the right-hander. Shreyas Iyer itching to go over the infield. Well, in last few deliveries, he struggled to get any contact whatsoever with the ball. He's looked fluent at the beginning. Well, this time the ball skidding through. Well, it kept very low. There's nothing much that the batter could have done on that occasion. That was very tantalizingly close to the off stump. Viraj is very quick through the air. That ball keeps extreme low. No chance for the batter to get down. Wicketkeeper lets the ball go through as the ball doesn't carry to the wicketkeeper. It's a bye. Score moves to 41. Viraj goes full. Banu just trying to work it away in the third man. Gets beaten. It's a Yorker, attempted Yorker. Equally well executed by Viraj. Well, what's happening? Last ball of the over. Well, it's a dot ball after 6 over, 41 for 2. SKP war. Power play done and dusted. 41 for 2 SKP Legends. First change in the bowling. Hariharan into the attack. Straight away gets extra bounce. Well. That ball took off from the good length and came at the height of a shoulder. That was a very difficult delivery to play. It was an awkward bounce. Nothing much Shreyas could have done. Shreyas lifts it over. That just awaits the fielder, who was right at the edge in the extra cover region. Shreyas will fetch couple of runs. Hariharan, right arm, medium fast bowler, coming over the wicket for the Shreyas Iyer, right-hander Shreyas Iyer. 65 matches for Hariharan. 43 wickets, economy 7.89. Best figures of 3 for 21 for Hariharan. Well, that was an attempted Yorker, which was taken on the low full toss by Shreyas Iyer. This time he works it all along the carpet in the mid-wicket region and collects one. Bhanu Prasad now. In fact, Bhanu Reddy now back on strike. Was 3 of 8. Well, that was a slow one, but gone wrong. Way outside off stump. White signal by the umpire. 4 runs coming off this over so far. First half of the over has been taken for 4. Score moves to 45 for 2 in 6.3. Bhanu Reddy will look to get a move on from here on. He has taken few deliveries. He's 3 of 8. Well, that's a cut shot. Huge appeal for caught behind. Well. There was a sound. I don't know where that came from. Keeper looked very interested. He was pleading with the umpire, but match official unmoved. Both the match officials here are very experienced umpires. Once again, it's a short length delivery, short of good length, I must say. Banu Reddy just pulls it on the onside all along the carpet, and he will fetch a single for that. 5 runs coming off this over so far. This is good passage of play for Phantom Troops. They have gone for runs in the initial couple of overs, but they have come back strongly. Well. It was an in-swinger from Hariharan. Shreyas Iyer swinging across, plays down the wrong line. Fortunate for him that he's still out. That ball was very close to his off stump. After 7 overs, SKP Legends 46 for 2. Another change in the bowling attack. Another medium pacer into the attack. Pramod now introduced. Right arm medium pacer coming over the wicket for the right-handers. Pramod. 176 matches for Pramod. 192 wickets. Economy 6.28. Best figures are 5 for 20 for Pramod. Starts off with a short delivery, which is being played with a very soft hand in the point region for a single. Well. Pramod cleaning up his shoes. He's got a lot of things on under his shoes. Well, he was in the outfield up until now. Play stops for a while. Now all set for the play to resume. SKP Legends 47 for 2 after 7.1. Current rate 6.52. In fact, it's 6.56. Both the teams. Well, Shreyas Iyer looking for the big heave. Gets it toe in. Good work there. Inside the circle in mid-on region. It will only be a single. Well, we have seen in last few overs Shreyas Iyer itching to go big. He's looking for the big shot. He's generally a big striker of the ball. He gets boundaries at ease, but he's struggling as the pitch not ideal to bat on. Well, this time Pramod goes full and straight, and Banu Reddy happy to defend it. Well, he's not really happy with the pitch. That ball holds in the surface. Hence, Banu Reddy was early into the shot. Player assisting the bowlers very well here at one champion cricket ground. This is what you get in the very first match. Well, that was an extra bounce there for Pramod once again. Batter again stunned, just playing with the very soft hands of the back foot and running through for a single. Runs coming in terms of singles for SKP Legends, as it's not the ideal conditions to bat on. Every now and then the ball is keeping low at the same time into the surface, and the bowlers are getting some extra bounce too. It's a tricky condition to bat on. Shreyas Iyer started off beautifully. Now 24 of 25. Once again, Pramod goes into the surface. Shreyas Iyer happy to nudge it in the third man region for a single. 50 is up for Legends in just 7.5. 50 for 2 after 7.5. They came all guns blazing in the first couple of overs. They have lost 2 wickets early on. From there on, they were searching for the boundaries. They were not getting it. Hence now they are playing a cautious innings, just running the ball all along the ground and scoring in terms of single. 4 runs coming off this over so far. Last ball of the over coming up. Well, that's a length delivery. Once again, the ball keeps slow. Well, how many times have I said that the ball keeps low and the ball bounces extra? That's the thing happening. 4 runs coming off that over after 8. SKP Legends 50 for 2. Hariharan to continue with his medium pace. Starts off with a short one, which is being punched away in the point region for a single. Pulled away by Bhanu Reddy in the mid wicket region only for a single. Runs are hard to come by for SKP Legends in last couple of overs. Boundaries have dried up. This is excellent passage of play for the Phantom troops. They have got the brakes on. Shreyas Iyer down on one knee, looking for the big shot. Gets beaten by the bounce. Ball rising a bit from a good length there. Shreyas Iyer early into the shot. Well. Shreyas Iyer was itching to go for the big shot. He's played one too many shots. This time the ball goes through his defense and hits the off stump. Third one bites the dust for SKP Legends. After 8.4, 52 for 4, 52 for 4, SKP. New batter in is Sriyansh Reddy. Sriyansh Reddy in at number 5 for SKP Legends. 49 matches for Sriyansh. 380 runs. Average 13.54. Strike rate 64.74 for Sriyansh. Is a very good batter. Very good middle order batter, I must say. He's in at number 5. He likes to anchor the inning. He likes to bat till the end. Sriyansh Reddy is a very stylish looking batter. Well, that's a wide outside off stump. That's not the way. That's not the first ball you would like to ball to a new bowler. Hurry a run. 1.4 overs, 8 for 1 so far. He's been excellent with the ball in hand. Well, that was a short ball targeting the body. Shriyansh, quick off the blocks, looking for the second run, but there was never a second run, so they have to settle in with a single. This is excellent from Phantom Troops. First, they have put the brakes on the scoring rate, then they have got rid of Shreyas Iyer, dangerous Shreyas Iyer, departed after scoring 24. Less than run a ball for Shreyas Iyer, that's a rare sight. He's a very good batter, he's an attacking batter, likes to take on, but now back in sheds. Well, that was very full delivery, wrapped on the pads, big appeal there. Well. Umpire and wicketkeeper looked very interested there. That was a very close shout. He's been given not out by the match official. Well, after 9 overs, SKP Legends 54 for 3. Promote to continue. 1 over, 4 for none for Promote so far. Will bowl the 10th over, and it will be a last over from the camera end. We'll be having break after this over, and it will be change in ends. Will it be change in fortune for SKP Legends? or in a bit of strangle. 54 for 3. Well, that ball skidding through the surface, through the wicket keeper. It's a dot ball. Well, what a delivery that was from Pramod, leaving the right-hander. Shriyansh on the drive, gets speed in. This will encourage the fast bowler to pitch the ball further up. Swing there in the ball in the very 10th over. This is a very rare sighter. Excellent bowling this from Pramod. Is not allowing the batter to freeze arm. He's got mid on, mid off, both inside the circle. Well, again it was a full delivery. Shriyansh again feeling for the ball. He's trying to drive it on the up, but not successful so far. That was very full delivery. It was there to be driven away, but Shriyansh a second late on the shot. Score stuck on 54 for SKP Legends. No run scored of this over so far. It was a third dot in a row. This time Shreyansh gets the ball on the bat. He plays it with a very soft hand in the extra cover region and he's through for a single. 55 for 3 SKP Legends in 9.4 overs. Well, that was an excellent drive there from the batter. It was full and they to be driven away and Bhanu Reddy up to the task on that occasion drives it beautifully towards the left of extra cover. No chance for sweeper cover as that ball races across the surface very quickly. Much needed boundary for Legends. Score moves to 59 now. Bhanu moves to 11 of 17 deliveries. He had a good look. Has taken his time. It's up to him to play throughout the innings and get a good scare for SKP Legends. 11 of 17 for Bhanu Reddy so far. Well, the last ball of the over coming up. There's a change in field now. Square leg is being pushed back and third man is now inside the circle. Last ball of the over. Well, that's a short delivery into the surface and that's been beautifully guided in between short third and point. Excellent shot that from Reddy, making full use of the pace that was on offer for Pramod. 9 runs coming off that over. We are halfway through the first inning. 10 overs done and dusted. SKP Legend 63 for 3. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short break. We are back after a very short innings break. Another change in the bowling attack. Vimlesh Nene now brought into the attack. 26 matches for Nene, 30 wickets, economy 8.23, best figures of Tree for 13. He runs in like a Jasprit Bumrah. Action has got a very resemblance to Jasprit Bumrah, but will he perform anywhere near to him? Time will tell. He starts off with a single and a short one. मैच कभी भी स्टार्ट होने दो आप देखो वो थोड़ा क्या है हम लोग का ऑर्गेनाइजिंग अभी रेगुलर नहीं है ना तो थोड़ा डिले होता आप ब्रेकफास्ट करके बैठ जाओ ब्रेकफास्ट लाए वो लोग आपके लिए ठीक है मैं ही हूँ ऑर्गेनाइजर तो मैं नहीं आ रहा हूँ बट आज मैं आपके पास मेरे पार्टनर्स का नंबर जाता हूँ उनको आप कम्युनिकेट करवाओ उनकी रहते आप ट्राई कराते ठीक है आप रेडी रह के बैठ जाओ देखेंगे अपन कैसा होता है ठीक है हेलो हाँ ठीक है बोल रहे हैं Another one bites the dust. Fourth one gone for SKP Legends. That ball keeping low and he was wrapped right in front of the three stumps. No hesitations in the match official's mind. Fourth one down for SKP Legends. 67 for 4 after 10.4. नहीं आया ना रे भाई एक सेकंड तेरे एक सेकंड मेरे को नहीं याद है रे भाई पासवर्ड वाइकिंग्स हैदराबाद मस्कती वॉरियर्स क्या है अच्छा कोड कब भी जाए कोड सुन नहीं आया रात में 1 बजे आया वो संजय स्टोनिस Onkar now into the attack. First spinner. First signs of spin from Phantom Troops. Introduced in the 12th hour. Left arm orthodox. Slow. Onkar. Very experienced bowler. 232 matches for him. 238 wickets. Economy 7.50. Best figures of 6 for 13 for Onkar. Well, that's in the air. That's a lofted shot, straight as an arrow, and it goes for four. Excellent timing from Bhanu Reddy. In fact, it's Sanjay Stoinis who hits that ball straight down the ground on the side screen. Couple of bounces and into the boundary fence is good. After 9 coming off that over, after 12 overs, SKP Legends 76 for 4. Vimlesh Nene to continue. 1 over 4 for 1 so far for him. Well, that's a slight misfield by the wicket-keeper, and both the batters are through. This is excellent bit of legwork by both the batters. Ball was never far away from the wicket-keeper. Was very disappointed with his effort. He could have stopped that single if he would have been more proactive, but it's a single. Now keeper standing well up for Vimlesh Nane was not quickest, but he's very skiddy through the surface. He gets the ball to skid through. Balls with a Jasprit Bumrah action. Dot ball to close out the over. 4 runs coming off that over. After 13 overs, SKP Legends 80 for the loss of 4. Onkar to continue, and he's being greeted with a massive six from Sanjay Stoinis. That was full in the arc for Sanjay, and he slog sweep him way deep in the mid wicket region. Score moves to 86. What a shot that was! Slightly full there from Onkar, and Sanjay Stoinis says, "Thank you very much." He's a tall batter. He's got a big levers. Sanjay Stoinis once again winds up for the second time, but this time doesn't get the connection right. But he'll still fetch single for that. Well, this is excellent from Onkar. Still flighting the delivery even after being taken for a six. This is what brave bowlers do. This time it's short, it's pulled away, but doesn't find the gap. Ball doesn't have the enough legs to go. It will only be a single. Onkar on that occasion, bowling the delivery quicker into the surface, hurrying the batter. No timing for the Banu Reddy. This time it's in the air. Sanjay Reddy. Well. Fielder there was charging in for the catch, but it was always going to fell short. Batter will collect couple of runs. Onkar bowling at the good length, getting some extra bounce. That ball hitting high on the bat. Fortunate for Sanjay that is still out in the center, as that ball was nowhere near to the middle of the bat. Fielder looked very interested. That ball was in the air for a long while. Well, that's punched off the back foot. Struck very hard, but straight to the short cover who collects the ball on a bounce. It's a dot ball. 10 runs coming off the over. Last ball of the over coming up. Onkar to Sanjay Stoinis. 90 on the board for SKP Legends. It's a flighted delivery and he goes big straight on the side screen. What a shot to close out. It's a big over. 16 runs coming off it. After 14, SKP Legends 96 for 4. Vimlesh Nene with his third over strikes at the very first ball. Banu Reddy departs. Fifth one down for SKP Legends. Now half of the team back in the sheds. 96 for 5 after 14.1. अब्बा मेल में पासवर्ड कैसे चेंज होता है? मेल मेल में जीमेल सेटिंग में चेंज पासवर्ड दिखा रहा नहीं मेरे को। After 15 overs, escapee legends 105 of 2, 105 for 5. 2 runs coming off the last ball. Slight misfield there in the deep. Allowed the batter to come back for the second. 105 for 5. Scoring has been tough at this very venue as there was a moisture in the surface which assisted the fast bowlers beautifully. Every now and then, bowlers getting extra bounce. That is what troubled the batters. Another change in the bowling. Venkat now introduced into the attack. He is the sixth bowler which has been introduced by Phantom Troops. He is a right-arm medium pacer. 52 matches for Venkat. 34 wickets, economy 8.80, best figures of 3 for 24 for Venkat. Will be operating over the wicket for the right-hander. Well, that's a good delivery. Batter looking to cut that one. Just to ends it. Keeper collect the ball on a bounce. It's a dot ball to start. DGR the man on strike for 6 of 4 deliveries. Sanjay Stoinis. Well, that's square driven. Excellent dive there from point fielder. He definitely saves couple of runs for his team. That ball was traveling with some speed, but he has to dive towards his right point fielder to stop that ball. 106 for 5. Sanjay Stone is 24 or 14. He's got couple of big shots. He's a tall batter. Likes to hit the ball long way. It's a low full toss, clipped away beautifully in the mid wicket region, but it will only be a single. Coming back to Sanjay Stoinis, 25 or 15 deliveries, one boundary and couple of massive sixes for him. Strike rate 166 for Sanjay Stoinis. He's the man who got the momentum back into the Legends inning. This time, DGR gets a low full toss and drives it all along the carpet in the sweeper cover region for a single. Well, they have got couple of low full tosses and they have failed to convert those deliveries into boundaries. Both the batters in this over, three coming off over so far. Well, Stoney is going for the big one. Yes, he will clear the D fielder. That was flat and that was traveling. Well, I thought that it might end up in the hands of the defielder, but it's the power of the man which takes the ball all the way. Fielder in the deep, Viraj there, jumps in the air, tries to get to the ball, but that ball was always going for a six. Another biggie this from Stoinis, this time even bigger. It was short and sat up beautifully for Sanjay, who shot back, who hits it straight back in the side screen. 15 runs coming off that over. After 16, Legends 120 for 6. Pramod now back into the attack. 2 overs, 13 for none for Pramod. Pramod goes full in the block hole and DGR gets the helicopter out. Hits the ball all along the carpet, in fact, in the mid wicket region. He'll fetch one for that. Score moves to 121. A very good over previous one for Legends and Stoinis. 4 runs coming off first. In fact, 3 runs coming off first, 4 deliveries. Then a couple of massive sixes from Sanjay to close out the over on the high. Pramod goes short and Stoinis once again stands tall and hits him straight down the ground away from the long off fielder. It was not away from the long off fielder, but it was stuck firmly. By the time fielder could have got there, the ball was through for a boundary. One bounce into the fence that goes. He's a very strong batter. He's a tall lad. He's got a good reach. Hits the big ball. This time it's a better length. The ball skidding through after pitching. Sanjay Stoinis respecting the delivery. Just playing with a very soft hand and through for a single. This is what good batters do. Once they get a boundary, they prefers to rotate the strike. 6 runs coming off the first half of the over. Pramod yet to be get off the mark in the wicket columns. Well, DGR gave him some room there, tried to go over extra cover but completely to ends it. But he'll still collect single. Both the batters complementing each other very good here. 10 of 8 for DGR, whereas 42 of just 19 deliveries for Sanjay Stoinis. He's the man who's doing bulk of scoring for legends at the moment. Well, that was on the pads of Stoinis. Was looking to go straight as an arrow. That ball went straight to the bowler in his follow through, whom he fields, and both the batters, very quick between the wickets, are through for a single. Pramod, Pramod managing the bat, managing to keep the batters quiet in last three deliveries. This time it was there in the slot for DGR who swings but misses the ball completely. It's a good little comeback by Pramod. He only concedes 8 after 17 overs. SKP Legends 128 for the loss of 5. Vimlesh Nene to bowl out. 3 overs 16 for 2. He's been the pick of the bowler for Phantom Troops. 128. Well, that was full from Vimlesh. Sanjay Stoinis looked to go for the big shot, but to ends it, the ball moves all along the carpet in the long on region for a single. This is good from Vimlesh Nene. He's not the quickest, but will get to skid the ball through. That was on the length, punched off the back foot by the batter in the sweeper cover region for a single. Score moves to 130. Sanjay going for another biggie. Fielder there inside the circle, fumbles at once, but will take it at the second end. Finally, Sanjay Stoinis, Venkat there inside the circle, who failed to collect the ball cleanly, but he will take it in the second attempt. Well, sixth one bites the dust for SKP legend. It was the big hitting Sanjay who departs after 17.4. They are 136 for the loss of 6. That's hit very firmly by the new batter. Umpire getting out of the way. On that occasion, Siddharth Gaur is the new batter in at number 7 for SKP Legends. Very good figures for Siddharth Gaur, 268 matches, over 23,000 runs, average over 20, strike rate 137. Very good low down the order batter. Well, DGR giving the charge to the bowler, trying to go downtown, gets an inside edge. On to the pads, it's a dot ball, 9 runs and a wicket of that over. After 18, SKP Legends 137 for 6. Excellent over this from Pramod. Only concedes 5 so far. Has not allowed the batters to score boundaries. He's kept things tight. 142 for 6. SKP Legends. Last ball of the 19th over. It's a slow one from Pramod and DGP. DGR, in fact, was early on to the shots and he's done for the day. That ball hitting the timber behind him. Seventh one gone for SKP Legends. They have 142 on the board. What a ball that was. It was a back of hand slow one. Completely deceives the batter who was through the shot. That ball going under his bat and hitting the timber behind him. Seventh one bites the dust for SKP Legends. They have 142 on the board after 19. New batter in is Venu Reddy in at number 9 for SKP Legends. 42 matches for Venu, 105 runs, average 7.50, strike rate 63.25. Hariharan to bowl out. In fact, Hariharan to bowl the final over of the match. In fact, of the innings. 142 for 7 after 19 SKP Legends. Good ball there from the bowler. Siddharth Gaur looking for the big shot. Missing the ball completely. That ball missing the stump on the angle. Once Sanjay Stoinis was gone, no one getting those boundaries for SKP Legends in last couple of overs. It's in the air. Will it be taken? Yes, it is. Viraj there inside the circle who makes no mistake. Another batter looking for the big shot. Departs. SKP Legends 142 for 8. अपन ना साथ तो आ गए मगर मेरे को एकेडमी को जाने का रहता ना यहाँ पे पैसा पे अपनी 5 एलिमेंट पूरी उधर है ओशन पार्क की साइड है 8 बज जाते फिर वहाँ से आते मैं 2 बजे चले जाता हूँ मैं चले जाता हूँ जब मैच नहीं करते नहीं करते सर बैटर का नाम क्या है नहीं नहीं उधर थर्ड मैच नहीं सर बैट्समैन है చెప్పనా रमणा तो आप इधर कर लो थर्ड मैच कौन है बैट्समैन डॉट बॉल था ना New man in is Prashant. What an over this has been so far for Hariharan. Hasn't conceded a run so far. Picked a wicket. Well, it was a slow one, just inside the wide line. Batter just letting it go through, pleading for a wide with the match official, but he says it's a legal one. 5 dots in a row in the 20th over. What an effort this has been from the fast bowler Hariharan. 2.5 overs, 9 for 2 so far for him. Last ball of the innings. Well, it was full and inside edge. Ball goes in the square leg region. Fielder inside the circle does well, so it will only be a single to close out the over. Single coming off the last over. SKP Legends, after opting to bat first, have 143 on the board. 144 will be the target for Phantom Troops when they come out to bat. We'll be right back after a very short innings break. Welcome back to the chase. Last ball of the over. No runs on the board so far. It's a flashing drive away from the sweeper cover towards his left. It's a boundary coming off the blade of Vishnu to close out the over. It was a very good over up until that point. It will still be a good four coming off that after one, four for none. Phantom troops while chasing 144. What a ball that was! Sanjay Stoinis into the attack. First he's got runs with the bat. Now he's got the ball in hand. That ball, that was an absolute peach. Completely squaring up Viraj. That ball swinged away sharply after pitching. Late swing there and a bounce for Sanjay Stoinis. He's a tall bowler. He'll get some extra bounce. Right arm pacer. Sanjay Stoinis operating over the wicket. 686 matches for Stoinis. 730 wickets. That's in the air. Well. That should have been taken. Fielder just ballooned that in the air. It was there for takings in the very second attempt as well, but fielder had no idea of the ball. Viraj survives. That ball was slightly fuller, but not enough to be driven on the up. Viraj going for the inside out drive could have been holed out inside the circle in extra cover region, but he survives. Score moves to 5. Coming back to Sanjay Stoinis' career, 686 matches for him, 730 wickets, economy 6.93, best figures of 5 for 6 for Sanjay Stoinis. He bowls another beauty. Vishnu on that occasion swinging across the line, completely gets done through in the bounce. As I said, he's a tall bowler. Sanjay Stoinis will get extra bounce every now and then. It's really hard to stay on the top of the bounce when Sanjay is bowling. Well, that was a full delivery. Once again, completely squares up the batter. Late away movement for Sanjay Stoinis, and batter is clueless. He just tentatively played at it, and that ball completely beats him on the outside edge. Excellent carry through the wicket keeper. Back to back dot deliveries. 5 for none after 1.4. Sanjay Stone is working good pace here. He looks in a good rhythm. He's got a very easy arm. Likes to bang the ball halfway. This time, batter staying on the back foot, using the pace of the bowler that is on offer, just helping it in the gully region for a single. Deep gully and deep point are the two fielders out on the boundary ropes for Stoinis. Couple of fielders on the outside, on the onside, I must say. Short square leg and mid on, remaining all fielders inside the circle. Well, that's a big shot from Viraj. He winds up for the first time in the match and deposits it in the long on region. What a shot that was! Slightly short there from the bowler, and he was onto the back foot in a flash and pulls it very strongly in the long on region. First six of the match coming off the blade of Viraj after two Phantom Troops, 12 for none. Sidhu Nayak to continue. 1 over 4 for none for Sidhu Nayak. Gets an outside edge. That ball doesn't carry all the way to the flying slip. That should have been stopped, but that ball skidded through after pitching. Short third fielder, late to get down. Hence the batter will get 4. That was in the range of the fielder. That should have been stopped, but that ball, after pitching, kept low and skidded very quickly. Short third fielder, late to get down. It's a misfield, but Vishnu will get 4. Moral victory for the bowler, but results in favor of the batter. Now the slip comes in very much inside the circle. This time, once again, doesn't carry all the way to the fielder. Well. Couple of deliveries into the over. Both healthy outside edge there found by the bowler Siddhi Nayak. First of all, slip fielder was very deep inside the circle. Then he comes in, still the ball doesn't carry. He must have, he should have been standing much forward than where he is. Vishnu gets a lifeline. This is excellent stuff from Sidhu Nayak. He's getting the ball to move away for the right-handers, which is getting difficult for the batters at the moment. This is cover driven. Will it beat the deep gully? Yes, it does. That should have been only be a single. It goes for a 4. Well. All of a sudden, Legends looking sloppy in the field. Sidhu Nayak with a good delivery. Viraj with even better looking shot, but there was a fielder there in the deep that should have only been a single. That goes for a boundary. 9 runs coming off the first half of the over. It's a slow one from Sidhu Nayak. Equally well respected by Viraj. Just running that ball with the very soft hand in the back foot point region for a single. 10 runs of first 4 deliveries. Sidhu Nayak bowled well in this over but still goes for 10. Margin of error very thin in this format, I must say. 22 for none. Phantom Troops. Vishnu on the pole, but that ball keeping low and hits the off stump. It just kisses the off stump through the wicket keeper. First one down for Phantom Troops. Vishnu look to go big, look to make full use of the field restrictions that are on, but he perishes. First one down for Phantom Troops. 22 for 1 after 2.5. New batter in is Ravi Teja. In at number 3 for Phantom Troops. Will join Viraj after the departure of Vishnu. 89 matches for Ravi Teja. 1046 runs at the average of 17.73. Strike rate well under 100. 86.73 for Ravi Teja. Is in at number 3. 22 for 1 Troops after 2.5. Last ball of the over. It's a good short delivery. Ravi Teja trying to cut that one but missing the ball completely. This is not easy pitch to bat on. After 3, Phantom Troops 22 for 1. Sanjay Stoin is to continue. 1 over 8 for none for Sanjay so far. Goes full on the pads, beautifully clipped away in the vacant square leg region. What a shot that was from Viraj. That was a real freebie there from the bowler on the pads of Viraj, and he clips it beautifully away from the short square leg and will collect 4. Score moves to 26. Viraj moves to 16 of just 6 deliveries. That was a real gift for the batter, and Viraj accepts it gracefully. Once again, full driven on the up, looking for the single. Misfield there by the Sidhu Nayak in the mid off region. He's a very good fielder, but this time he lets the ball go through an awkward bounce that gets the misfield and ball is through. No point chasing the ball once it's in the outfield, and it's a very quick outfield here at One Champion Cricket Ground. Phantom Troops raced away to 30. Viraj after a flyer. Shot this time, punched away off the back foot in the gully region for a single. This is excellent cricket from Viraj. Every now and then he'll get a boundary. He likes to rotate the strike. This is the feature of his batting. 31 for 1, Phantom Troops after 3.3. 9 runs of this over. Full on the pads, huge appeal for the leg before, but that ball was always going to miss the stumps. That was drifted down the leg. Not out given by the match official, rightfully. Another single coming off Ravi Teja's bat, which brings Viraj back on strike. Last ball of the over. It's a slow one from Sanjay. Viraj waits on it and just plays it in the cover point region for a single. 11 runs coming off that over. It's a good one for the batting team. After 4, Phantom Troops 33 for 1. Sidhu Nayak to continue into his third over. Will ball the fifth over of the match. That's exclusive cover drive. No better shot to watch in the world of cricket. Viraj with a cover drive. Right in between extra cover and mid off. Away she goes all along the carpet. Sidhu Nayak looking for the swing, but he ends up bowling in the range for Viraj, and he just accents his cover drive and will fetch four. Well, that's an absolute beauty. Class personified. Class written all over that shot from Viraj. Well, this time Sidhu Nayak trying to ramp Viraj on the bat. Well, huge appeal for the run out. Yes, he's been given out. Well, that was a wide. Excellent effort there by the slip fielder running away, running, running towards his left. Gathers the ball and hits it bullseye. Well, there was a no run there. Ravi Teja thought there was an opportunity of scoring a run, but he has to depart. Shreyas Iyer there, who does an excellent job, backs up the wicketkeeper beautifully, turns around and throws at the stump. Bullseye. Ravi Teja, not the quickest between the timber, has to depart. Second one down for Phantom Troops. 38 for 2 after 4.1. New batter in is Pramod. In at number 4 for Phantom Troops. Pramod. Very good all rounder. Pramod. Balls in the middle over. Bats at the middle order. 176 matches for Pramod. 2,445 runs at the average of 22.43. Strike rate just under 100. 99.92 for Pramod. Sidhu Nayak 2.1 overs. 19 for 1. That's an excellent delivery first up. Equally well defended by Pramod. Rocks onto the front foot and defends it solidly. He's a very good batter, Pramod. He's got good range. Pramod, 38 for 2. Phantom Troops after 4.2 while chasing 142. 144, in fact, they are after. Well, that's been worked away on the onside for a single. Off the back foot. Pramod gets off the mark. Well, Viraj with a good drive there. Misfield there in the deep gully region. That should have only been a single. That's gone for 4. What a shot that was from Viraj. It was full. Driven square by Viraj, beating the point fielder towards his left. Bit of work that was to be done by Deep Gully, who fails to stop the ball. It's a boundary. Score moves to 43. Viraj raced away to 30 of just 11 deliveries. 10 runs coming off the over so far. It's a short ball pulled away. It was very close to short square leg, but Viraj will fetch boundary. That was excellently placed by him. That ball didn't rise as much as it should, but Viraj beautifully controls it, puts it away towards the left of square leg fielder and collects boundary. Back to back boundaries for Viraj. 47 for 2 in just 4.5. Sidhu Nayak proving out to be an expensive resource for SKP Legends. It's a better short ball this time. It has climbed up. One for the over signal by the umpire, but it's an over. 14 runs of that over and a wicket. After 5 overs, 47 for 2. Troops. First change in the bowling attack. Mahesh now introduced. Right arm fast bowler Mahesh will be operating over the wicket. 49 matches for Mahesh, 37 wickets. Economy 8.43. Best figures of 4 for 23. Starts off with a loose delivery that was struck firmly by the batter. That's a boundary. 50 is up for Phantom Troops in 5.1. They are chasing 144 and they are off to a flyer. Freebies like this will help. It was an easy pickings for the batter of caliber of Pramod. Low full toss, thigh high on the pads. This is much better. Equally well played by the batter, who just runs the ball with a very soft hand in the mid wicket region and through for a single. Excellent bit of leg work by both the batters. Both the batters very quick. Viraj and Pramod. Sweeper cover and long off are the two fielders outside the circle for Mahesh. This time it's a dot ball on a good length. Viraj punching that ball off the back foot. Initially, they were looking for the single, but in the end, decides against it. Punched away off the back foot, straight to the point, who collects the ball on a bounce. Back to back dot balls for Mahesh. Good little comeback this from the bowler after being taken for a boundary at the very first ball. He only concedes one in his next three. Once again, similar result. Mahesh bowling on the good length, asking the questions. Viraj just happy to tap at the moment. They are well in front of the game. Required rate now 6.49. That's well under control for the batting team. They don't need to take unnecessary risk at this stage. It's the last ball of the power play. Short ball over. That fielder was brought in at that very ball, and Mahesh balls a very short delivery that stood in the surface, and It was enough for Viraj to get it over the infield and get a boundary to finish off the over. 9 coming off that over after 6. 56 for two troops. First signs of spin. DJR into the attack for Legends. Right arm off break. DGR operating over the wicket. 40 matches for DGR, 34 wickets. Well, that was a full toss. We have to wait for the umpire signal. No, it's a legal delivery. Hit away by Viraj. That was a thigh high full toss. On the thigh, beautifully put away in the vacant fine leg region for a boundary. Viraj now into 40s, 42 of just 18 deliveries. What a stat he has given to his team. Phantom Troops coming back of couple of defeats. Now playing well in this match. They were down and out in last couple of contests. They were completely outplayed by their opponents, but they are back on track with this match. Coming back to DGR. 40 matches for him, 34 wickets, 8.99 the economy, best figures 3 for 26. He's a part-timer, DGR. Balls medium pace, but for now he's bowling an off spin. That was short, punched away off the back foot, straight to the point fielder. It's a dot ball. It was full and driven all along the carpet in the long off region. 8 coming off that over after 7, 64 for 2 Phantom Troops while chasing 144. Another change in the bowling attack. Siddhartha Gaur now into the attack with his right arm medium pace. Siddhartha Gaur. That's a good looking shot for not punched away in the point region straight to the fielder. 268 matches for Siddhartha, 218 wickets, economy 7.72, best figures of 4 for 7. Starts off with a dot. Another tall bowler into the attack for Legends. It was a full delivery and beautifully driven on the up by Viraj. That will be cut it off by the sweeper cover fielder. That should have been couple of runs, but Pramod is not quick. He sends Viraj back and they are settling in for a single. That was good shot, stopped in the outfield. Length delivery on that occasion. Pramod looking to run that ball in the third man region. Gets a leading edge. Ball went straight back to the bowler. All along the carpet. That was on the pads. Pramod happy to nudge it on the onside and he'll collect single. 2 runs coming off the over so far. Score moves to 66. 78 in 74 deliveries. Almost run a ball equation for Phantom Troops. They can do it in singles. It's a slow one there from Siddhartha God. Driven on the up. Well. Once again, Viraj wanted the second one. Pramod slipping while he was turning for the second run. So it will only be a single. That was a good slow one from Siddhartha Gaur, but Viraj up to the task. Waits for the ball beautifully and drives it all along the carpet. Both the batters looking to score in terms of single. Pramod goes aerial. Will it be taken? Fielder there inside the circle. Back paddling. That's not easy. But that was definitely a chance there. That goes down. Half a chance, I must say. 4 runs off the over after 8. Phantom Troops 68 for 2. DGR to continue with his off break. Starts off with a flighted delivery that is defended off the front foot by Pramod. It's a dot ball. This is good bit of batting by both the batters. They are taking calculated risk, not allowing the bowling team to get back in the match as they need 76 in 71 deliveries. Another flighted delivery. This time Pramod just working the ball on the onside all along the carpet and he will collect single. Score moves to 69. Dangerous Viraj back on strike. 46 of 24. He batted with some freedom inside the power play. Once the power play was gone, field was spread out. He batted carefully. Well, that was a short ball there into the surface. Half tracker from DGR pulled away beautifully in the square leg region for a massive six. 50 is up for Viraj. 52 of 25. What a knock this has been. Strike rate well over 200 for Viraj. He's waited for the loose deliveries and he's make most out of when he get ones. He's made full use of the freebies and the loose deliveries that was on offered by the bowling team. Another short delivery. Once again, Viraj pulls it. This time, well in front of square leg. He peppers mid wicket. Back to back sixes. DGR guilty of bowling it too short to Viraj. Viraj making him pay. Hits him for a couple of massive sixes. He's a strong lad. He packs a punch. He deposits the ball in the stands with ease. He's got a big levers, Viraj. 58 of 26. This is some hitting from Viraj. Huge appeal there for leg before, but that ball was drifting down the leg. Not out, says the umpire. 58 of 26. 8 fours and 3 massive sixes for Viraj. Strike rate 223. Viraj goes big and he will clear long off with ease. What a shot that was. This time DGR goes full and Viraj says thank you very much and puts him away for another 6. An expensive over from DGR. 19 coming off that over after 9. Phantom Troops 87 for the loss of 2. Siddharth God to continue. Good first over for Siddharth God. He conceded 4. He's been given second go by his captain. He starts off with a short delivery that's been well controlled by Pramod. Slow one, driven on the ups. Burst through the short cover fielder. That should have been taken. That was straight in and out. DGR there inside the circle. Who makes a mess out of it? Well. Viraj gets a lifeline. Fortune favoring the brave. That is the line I must say on that occasion. Viraj being brave and fortune favoring him. Is now looking to score freely. Viraj hunting for boundaries every now and then. He looked quiet for a couple of overs after the power play. Once again played with the very soft hand. This time it's been beautifully fielded by Siddharth in his follow through. It's a dot ball. Pramod playing a very sensible knock here. Just rotating the strike. Not giving away his wicket. He knows they are well in front of the game. Pramod coming down, giving charge to the bowler, trying to get to the pitch of the ball. Siddharth saw him coming and dragged his length back. Pramod just defending from there itself. It's a dot ball. This is excellent from Siddharth God. He's kept things tight. 1.4 over 6 for none. Well, that was Siddharth God in his follow through while landing got skidded and he's down. Good signs that he's up. He skidded. Why? He skidded very badly. while landing his front foot. That ball kept low. That was very close to the off stump. Pramod survives. He's a tall bowler. Siddharth likes to ball in the surface. They change in a field. Gully fielder now inside the circle and mid off drops back. It's a slow one as expected. It's been driven down the ground for a single. A good over from bowling team. 3 runs coming off that. After 10 overs, Phantom Troops are 90 for the loss of 2 wickets. They need another 54 in remaining 10 overs at the required rate of 5.40. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back. There will be a change in ends. Will there be a change in fortune for Legend? Or will Troops run away with the show? Plenty of action coming your way. Stay tuned. Siddhu Nayak back into the attack. Starts off with a dot. 45 needed now for troops. Well, that's a length delivery on a patch. It will be a quick single. Yes, it is. Fielder there in the mid wicket was well inside the circle to cut that single, but still both the batters very quick between the wickets. Completes the single with ease. 100 is up for Phantom Troops in 11.2. They now need for another 44 in 52 deliveries. Current run rate now well in control, under 5. In fact, just over 5. 5405. That was a quick delivery. Well, that was an excellent throw by mid-wicket fielder. Viraj was well outside his crease. If that ball would have hit the timber, it would have been curtains for Viraj. It was a lazy effort from Viraj, not realizing that the mid-wicket fielder was quick to the ball and he releases the ball very quickly. By the time Viraj realizes it was too late, fortunate for him that the fielder misses the target. Hit on the up, straight as an arrow on the side screen, and it's a boundary. Sidhu Nayak slightly full on that occasion, and it was enough. Both mid on and mid off are inside the circle, and that was well placed in between over the head of the match official. First boundary for Pramod. Well. He's moved on to 21 of 22 deliveries. This was the first boundary for him. He's playing the second lead to Viraj. Just getting the strike back to Viraj. This time punched off the back foot. Fielder in the mid on region, not the quickest. Both the batters are through for a single. That should have been a dot one. 106 for two Phantom Troops in 11.5. They were down and out in first two matches. This is good comeback for them. They were defeated with huge margins. Well, Viraj going for a drive. That ball was just short on the good length, leaving the right-hander. Good carry through the wicket-keeper. 7 runs coming off that over. 106 for 2 Phantom Troops after 12. Shreyas Iyer back into the attack. 1/9 for him. Punched off the back foot, just away from the fielder. Well. Fielder there in the deep. That should have been stopped easily. He bends his knee down and preferred a conventional way to stop the ball, but still, that ball going through in between his legs, and it's a boundary. 110 is up for Phantom Troops. 34 now needed. Shreyas Iyer. It's a short delivery. Pramod waiting on it. Just hitting it in long off region for a single, which brings Viraj back on strike. 72 of 34 for Viraj. Shreyas Iyer there. Waits for a second right before delivering the ball. Very much like Usman Tariq. Once again waits. It's a leg cutter, huge appeal. But that ball was down the leg. Not outside, says the match official. It's a dot ball. Five coming of four deliveries. This time Viraj moves towards his off stump and hits the ball in the vacant square leg region. One bounce, four it will be. It was the longer part of the ground. Just bounces inside the fence and it's a one bounce four. 115 up for Phantom Troops. Nine coming off the over. Shreyas Iyer being too predictable. This time it's a low full toss and the ball goes in the very similar region and the result remains the same. Back to back boundaries to close out the over. 13 coming off that. After 13, Phantom Troops 119 for the loss of 2. Mahesh back into the attack. Couple of wides for him to start off the over. He's been wavered. Conceded 9 in his first over. Now starts off with couple of wides. Well, that was full. Batter trying to hit that one on the onside. Just gets a toe end. Ball moves into the mid wicket region. It will be a single. Viraj this time hits big and it's out of the park. What a shot that was! Giving the charge to the bowler, getting to the pitch and hitting it straight down the ground in the long on region. No one there behind. Sidhu is well inside the boundary fence, but that ball carried all the way. Out of the park it goes. 86 for Viraj. Viraj, in fact. 86 of 39. He's on the verge to get to 100. That will be a well deserved one. Hits hard, but hits straight to the fielder in the deep, who collects the ball on a bounce. It will only be a single. Viraj now looking to finish things off quickly. 15 now needed for troops. They have a lot of time. 39 balls still remaining in this match. Pramod going for the big shot, completely miscues it. It goes over the head of point. Will it go all the way? Yes, it is. Fielder had couple of chances to stop that one. That's been the story for the legend so far. Poor effort there by the fielder. Too many misfields today by SKP Legends fielders. This is not usually what they offer. Full hit away. Sidhu Nayak there. Well inside. That ball just evades him. Over his head, one bounce into the fence. That ball was hit flat. It looked as if it might end up in the hands of Sidhu Nayak, but that ball goes over his head. Excellent timing from Pramod. He now gets an act. 36 of 28. Now he's showing his range. Pramod. Only 7 needed for Phantom Troops. Well, we have to wait for the match official signal. It's given runs that came off the bat. That was a full toss on the pads. Beautifully clipped away. Hat trick of boundaries to close out the over. An expensive one. 22 coming off that. Phantom Troops 141 for 2. After 14 overs, they now need 3 runs. Shreyans now into the attack. For Legends, it's the slow one. First up, hits away in the mid wicket region. It will be a quick single. Good throw there by the deep fielder. 2 now needed for Troops to prevail victorious in this encounter. It will be the first win for them in the One Champion Plate Season 31. Well, that was a real loosener. Attempted short one, got wrong. That was real short ball. Sat up in the pitch and it was easy shot for Pramod. That's it from the match. Match summary. SKP Legends winning the toss, opting to bat first. They have managed 143 in their 20 overs. Phantom Troops in reply chased it out successfully in just 14.2 overs and they have won this match with 8 wickets. Hero of the match will be none other than Viraj, 88 of 41 deliveries and 3 overs 16 for none for Viraj will be the player of the match. That's it from the coin box. We'll be back with the second match of the day.